Hi guys, very good evening to all of you. Very good evening to all of you. Yes, good evening, good evening. How are you guys? How is everything going on? No worries, Vaibhav. Just you can watch the recording session. The recording session are being uploaded on the LMS and they are being uploaded reg on the regular basis that you can watch. No, we haven't started building the project. We are still building our basics. I am fine. What are your plans for Christmas, guys? Let's open our code. I hope my screen is visible to you guys. Uh, no worries, I will be opening the quiz again. Fine. So those who has not attended the quiz, they can again attend those quiz. Okay, not only one quiz. Fine, one quiz. Only one quiz is there that you can attend it. Okay. So those who has not attended it, they can attend it. Don't no need to worry about that. Maybe today at after 9:30 I will open and up to tomorrow 7:30 evening. Or day after tomorrow 7:30 evening to Saturday. Today is what? Tuesday now. Wednesday it will open. Thursday it will. Friday I will close that. Friday I will close that. So those who have not attempted it, you have one day holiday over here. Thursday there you can attend it. Okay. So at the end, please remind me to open that assignment for you. Sorry, test for you. I'll do that. Okay. So what we studied in the last session, guys? What we studied in the last session? Okay. So what we studied in the last session is that we studied about the fetch method, and we studied about promises. What are promises over there? Fine. We studied how we can maybe next week. You have to open the quiz in LMS. You'll get the link in LMS. Fine. Yes, if you complete your project and if your attendance is good, we'll give you an internship certificate. Fine. Why after I think 12, 13 days again you are asking the same thing, guys? You are new in this course because maybe you have not logged in this LMS, Sunanda. Others 400, 500 people has given the test. Why not you? Fine. Okay. Please focus on the class, guys. Okay. Last day we had a good session. Please focus on the class, and today we are going to start React. Okay. Fine. Musical vibes. I think you didn't give. Fine. Provide the link to attempt the test. Please go to the LMS. There is always there the test. You have to search. Quiz result will be available for you. You have given the test, and you will get the result automatically. There is no evaluation we have to do. Automatic evaluation it has been done. What about today? Correct. You came late, Kamal. So today we are going to discuss a little bit more about fetch. Okay. Then we can start our React. Okay. Yes, you are able to check your result quiz. Send LMS link. Okay. Well, I don't know. After 13, 14 days, again it started. Good morning to Weber. Good morning, Weber. Fine, let's start. Okay. So yes. So in the last session, we discussed about fetch, and then we discussed about what is promises. Then we saw the difference on how our JavaScript is working with the synchronous code and how our JavaScript is working with an asynchronous coding. Correct? With those differences we have seen. Okay. So we that differences we have seen. Then we saw about the code execution and code execution on how there is a behavioral difference. What is my macro task queue or what is task queue? What is micro task queue? All those things we have studied, correct, in the last class. So, guys, do you have any doubt in whatever we have studied in the last session? Please ask the doubt, guys. You can ask now, musical. Anyone have any doubt regarding previous session? How JS handle asynchronous code? Yesterday the whole class was on this. Kamal Kant. Microtask queue. Asynchronous code goes to microtask queue. No time for revision that much. Okay, I think no doubts. Okay, other than LMS doubts that we will handle it at the end. Fine. Now, not now. Okay, let's move on. Fine, let's move on with this. Okay, fetch request. So yesterday we done this project over here. And in this project, what I want to do is that I want to again, if I am fetching the data about a country, I want to again fetch a data about its neighboring country. Okay, about its what? Neighboring country. So if you go to the Thunder client once again, okay, and if you select yesterday what we have done about the rest countries and all, okay, over here send this request again. And if you now you can see one thing over here is neighbors. Right? Yeah, borders. Fine. Border means the India is sharing borders with these particular countries. Fine. So BGD, Bhutan, Myanmar, China, Nepal, Pakistan. Okay. So these are the code written. These are what? The codes. Country codes it is written. Okay. Country codes. So can I find some countries according to this country code? With this country code, can I find? Yes, obviously we can do. If you remember in the previous session, in the previous session, what we have done is that we went to REST countries API, correct? Over here we have seen one one API call we have seen, which can be done with the help of code. Fine. Which is this one. So here it is written restcountries.com v33.1 alpha code. Okay. So I will use this API to generate a new card which is giving me the information about the neighbor. Only one neighbor we have to display. Suppose I am writing for India. So its neighbor is what? Bangladesh is its neighbor, or Nepal it is neighbor. So that Nepal country flag and the Nepal country name, Nepal what you call country capital, and the visit or Wikipedia page of the Nepal should be appear. This is what I want to do. But this is what I want to do. So how should we do this? Fine. How should we do this? So again, can you tell me what should I use to again call an API inside my project, guys? What what keyword I should use to again call an API inside my project? Tell me, guys. Fetch, correct? Fetch, correct? So as you can see, guys, we are getting the data over here. Yes, we are getting the data over here. Because of this render HTML data zeroth value, what we are getting, we are actually able to see the country flag and everything. Okay. What if I move forward with this data? What if I use this data zeroth value to again call an API of mine? And that time, what I should give? I should give the neighbor of that country. Fine. Let me write how. Okay. So let's make a gap over here in this then block. I will write const neighbor, const neighbor is equal to data zeroth value. Fine. Data zeroth value dot borders. Fine. Dot borders. Now here I will show you one ES6 feature. Question mark dot and then zeroth value. Fine. What does this question mark dot represent? See, I can write this whole statement with if else statement. Correct? I can write this. Okay, if data dot zero value is there, if data dot zero value is there, I can use the data dot zero borders zeroth value. If it is not there, and it's okay, undefined it is. Same thing is been written over here. Fine. But with only a question mark and dot. It is written data dot zero dot borders if it is there. If it is there, then you give me the access of zeroth value. If it is not there, return undefined. Fine. This is what it has given me. It is called optional chaining. What it is called? It is called optional chaining. If else statement. Correct? So if neighbor is there, then I will write what? I will write return fetch. What we have to fetch? Backtick control V. Fine. And instead of over here code, I will write dollar curly bracket neighbor. Fine. Dollar curly bracket neighbor. And after the fetch request, guys, what we have to do? You know, after the fetch request, what we have to do? This fetch request will return us what? This request will return us what? Tell me, guys, yesterday only I taught you. So early you forgot. Nalish coalescing, you have to write double question mark. That is okay. API is converted into JSON in the next step. So yes, API will be converted into JSON in the next step, but first of all, this will return me a promise. Now, once it is returning me a promise, see, like this only you remember. Either it will get fulfilled, fine. So if it is getting fulfilled, we will use that, or it will get rejected, then we will use catch block. Like this only you remember. This is going to return me what? Promise. So if the promise is fulfilled, we will use then. If the promise is rejected, we will use catch block. Like this only you remember. Okay. So that it is easy for you to remember. Okay. Easy for you to remember. Fine. So after this, then we will get a response. Now response over here will be converted into JSON. Again, it will take time. Again, it will take time. Then again, I can write dot then method. We are chaining then methods. Then catch, then carry. We are chaining them, those methods. Then I can write what? Data. Fine. And at the end, I can write render HTML. Render HTML with data zeroth value. Again, same thing. See, same thing I've written. Now, this data will be for neighbors. This one. Because render HTML has been written on this particular div element only I want to push my data because I don't want to change the orientation or anything. So first data, what I was getting, the first data, what I was getting over here. Okay, I have pushed into pushed render HTML and data 0th value. I pushed it. The second one, whatever I'm getting out of my what you call neighbors data, I'm pushing that data inside my render HTML. No issues. Then what I can write error, error I can write similar same way. Error, fine, error, or leave this. You can also leave this, because one catch block is there on already. We already have a catch block. So you can leave this. No need to worry. So whatever the error will come now, it is always grabbed by this catch block. You can write catch block, but no need of two catch block. Two, then four, then five, then blocks you can add because it will depend on whatever the data you are getting. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see what it is doing. So what we will do is that we will go live. Okay, I'm sorry. Go live. Fine. Then over here, right click, inspect, network tab. Let's see. Reload the page. Nothing is there. Now let's see display output. Country name Canada. All right. Okay. So see here Canada and its neighboring country is United States, and that also data I'm getting. Fine. Okay. Let's try for another country. Refresh. Display output. Let's write. I think India, it will not come. Okay, because it is on the first index values. Okay. Uh, Brazil, Brazil and Argentina it came. See, Brazil and Argentina it came. As you can see, we have a fetch request where it is giving you the data about Brazil, and we have an ARG fetch request where it is giving you the data about Argentina. Fine. Now, got it, guys? Is there any doubt? Got it? Is there any doubt? Okay, now here you see there is a problem. Now I'll take you to the problem, fine, where async and await is a solution. Yesterday somebody was asking, correct? What problem is there that see, we have written a fetch request, one fetch request. See here, one fetch request, one then, second then, and inside then also we have a fetch request. We have a fetch request. Inside that, two thens we have, two then methods we have, as you can see. So can you see if there is a dependency of a fetch, okay, if there is a dependency of a fetch, again there is a of chaining of so many methods, so many callbacks. Maybe this see now this is what it's a very small application what we have built. Maybe there is a very big application where dependency it grows, where dependency is keep on increasing. Then what we have to do? So this is where async and await comes into an effect. Now, async and await is nothing more than like handling the promises. It's a sugar coating, right? Not goes into very much detail. Just see how we have to write, fine, how we have to write an async await, and it is trust me, guys, it is doing the same thing. What fetch dot then and catch method is doing. Fetch dot fetch dot then and dot catch method is doing. Fine. So let's rewrite this whole code. Fine. Let's rewrite this whole code into an async and await function. That's what we have to do. So what I will do, I'll commit this out and I'll write fetch dot then dot catch method. Okay. Fetch dot then dot catch method. Okay. Now let's try async await. Okay, async await. Const get country is equal to now. As we know, guys, we are going to do a fetch request, correct? So why not let's give a name to this function. So this function name I want to give is what? Asynchronous. Async. Async. Fine. And then I will write my function. So that the JavaScript render, okay, this is an asynchronous function directive, which is expecting a country. Okay. Now we will use try catch block. Do you know what is try catch block? Try catch block is help us to handle the errors. Fine. If something is getting an error inside a try block, catch will immediately catch it and give you the error. Otherwise, your website will what can happen? It can crash it because nobody is catching that error. So if the error is not catch or if the error is not what you call handled, then it might give you a website break. It might break your website. So that's why we are using this try catch block. If there is any issue, the catch will do it. The catch will catch that error. And whatever you will write to do with that error, it will do that. If you want a pop-up window with that error, it will do that. All those things you have to write there. Now, see here, what you will write fetch request, and again, you can write like HTTPS colon double forward slash rest countries .com forward slash v 3.1 forward slash name forward slash dollar curly bracket country. Now remember that if you are using an async keyword, so wherever you are going to give a fetch request, use await keyword. Use await keyword, and this whole thing await means wait. And wait, I'll give you the result. Await, fine. And this whole thing will give you an response that you can save it over here. Const response. Easy, very easy. Now we can see what is the response you're getting. Console.log. Okay. And error over here, I'll write console.error, error. Fine, let's try. So if I write India over here, India, okay, fine. So console.log, country data is not defined. Okay, what mistake we have given? Oh, sorry, get country. Fine, display output, write India. Okay, what type of response it is giving me? Where did you see this type of response, guys? Do you remember? Where did you see this type of response? Where did you see that type of response, guys? Not thunderclap. If you remember, Nishan, we have seen this type of response when we were console.log with first dot then method. With the first dot then method, we were getting this response. Fine. We were getting this response. So as I can prove that yes, now async and await is also doing the same thing, but the writing style is little different. Means it is easy. Okay, it is easy. Now the console.log, you will get a response. Now, if I'm going to change the data, if I'm going to change the JSON object to a normal object, will it take time? Definitely it will take time. So what I can do, I will write over here await response.json, correct? Await response.json. Again, what I told you, it will give you an data, it will give you something. So I'll write const data is equal to await response.json. Now, instead of doing a console.response, I'll do what? Console.data. Now, if I write India, okay, I see, I'm getting, I'm getting it. Now, if I write guys like this, what do I mean by this? What this data, what I will get in this data? If I write like this, tell me, do you know what you'll get? I have written a data, I was getting an array of two values, two classes were there. Now in the data, what we will have? Tell me, what will happen? At least you can tell don't know, sir, or don't know. At least you can tell that. And if you have not replied, then it's okay. We can close this session. What is the point of taking a session if you are not replying? Whenever you are in mood, then tell me. We'll take that session then. Fine. Don't know. Fine. Very good. Okay. This is what we have done, destructuring. Remember the destructuring thing? Remember the destructuring things? We have done destructure. Okay. This means what? We have destructured the first data. If I write this as data 1, comma, data 2. And see here, if I do a console.log data 1, okay, and a console.log of data 2. See, display output, I write India. Okay, see, this is the data 1, this is data 2. Fine. I don't have to write data zeroth value. That is the beauty of JavaScript. I don't have to write data zeroth value. I have destructured it directly. I've destructured it. Understood? Okay. Then what I can do? I can write render HTML and I can send this data directly. So what will happen? It will render that HTML and everything will work as it is. Okay. Now for the neighbor guys, what we should do? Let's see whether it is working first of all or not. Otherwise, you will only tell. Which country? Ireland. Okay. Uh, I have written Ireland. Fine. United Kingdom and capital is what? London. Fine. Canada. Data is coming. Okay. Okay. Now, since we are getting the data correct, what if I start writing for neighbor here only? Okay, neighbor here only. Const neighbor is equal to what? Data dot borders question mark dot zeroth value that you can take. Correct? Then what? Await fetch. Okay, await fetch https colon double forward slash rest countries restcountries.com forward slash v 3.1 forward slash alpha forward slash dollar curly bracket neighbor. What it will give me? It will give me a response. So const response one is equal to this. Again, what we have to do? Same thing. Repeat the same things. Const data, destructure the data, and I will get await response.json. Fine. And then what we have to do? Not data, you write neighbor data. Fine. Neighbor data, you write. Then what you will do? Render HTML with the neighbor data. That's all. So now if I write over here, Canada, okay. Okay. Response one, my bad. It is response one, guys. USA. So you'll get United States of America and Canada. Why you are worried about project, Vaibhav? Vaibhav, can you explain me how promises are working inside JavaScript? You explain me this question. Fine. You explain me this question. Then we'll move to project. If you want, I can also give you the mic. You can tell. And good explanation I want. Come to go to. I will give you the authority to speak and explain me there. Network issue it is. Network issue, correct. Those who are facing network issue, they can reach out. For my side, network is correct. Understood, guys? Is there any doubt? Async, await, fetch requests. Fast, it is going fast. Okay, okay, fast it is. So promises and the datas. Okay, okay, see here. Let me try to explain you here. Hmm, Okay. See over here, guys. Fine. What we have discussed fetch. Fine. Fetch. First of all, tell me how many. We'll come to this. Fetch, then we'll move to promises, and then we'll move to our asynchronous await. Fine. So first of all, tell me how many of you didn't understand fetch? Because it is, see, okay, understood what is the problem. Have you read the code? Have you read the code? Subhashri, have you read the code? See, reading the code, Subhashri, what it is saying, it is, see, one by one execution it will do. Okay. See the execution over here, how it is done. Uh, uh, it will come first to this line. First, it will come to this line. What it is telling, okay, it is writing that get country is one function. Okay, correct. Get country is a function. Fine. Then it will come to this line. Try catch block we are using. Okay. Then it will come to this line that, okay, you have made a fetch request. Now this thing alone, give me a promise. Give me what? A promise. Why it is giving you a promise? Because this thing, now, it is going to where REST data backend, REST country backend, and collecting the data and coming back. Okay. Now this whole thing, tell me, this whole thing of requesting the data and receiving the response will take time or not? Will take time or not? Obviously, it will take time. But JavaScript, fine. JavaScript is what? JavaScript is a single thread execution. Means only one function at a time it can execute. Only one function. Now, suppose this is the function it came, correct? So here it takes time to execute. So this function now it is running in JavaScript, and in the JavaScript it is taking time to get your data. Will your website load? By that time, what will happen? It is taking time to get the data. Your website is not loading. What will happen at that time? Your website will keep on loading like this. Loading, it will do. Correct. And then what you will go and check, okay, what is my network speed? You'll find your network speed is 100 Gbps. What? 100 Gbps, your network speed is. Correct. But you again, after checking 100 Gbps network speed, you come to this website again, and what it is still happening, it is loading, loading, loading. Tell me, will you want to come to this website again? Is it a good user experience or a bad user experience? Tell me, is it a good user experience or a bad user experience? No, you don't want to come to this website again. Correct. But JavaScript, how we should handle this? No, that's why the JavaScript is made up of. We need to handle this because in every real world scenarios, you have to go to the backend. You have to take the data from the backend and you have to show that data. It is the real world scenarios. So JavaScript has to find a solution for this. So actually the solution exists. The solution exists. Those solution exist. That solution was called callback function. Fine. What it does, see, callback function means what? A function calling a function, correct? A function calling a function, correct? Okay. Sorry. That time what happened when we were using the callback function with Ajax calls, fine, Ajax calls, it is called AJAX. You can study about that. Fine. Ajax call. What happened that time is that a function is executed. When a function is executed, it is calling another function. By the time it is calling another function to execute, this function is already came with the result. By the time this function is getting this function is being called, this function is getting the result, and it is giving the response to this function, and this function is getting executed. This is how everything works. Fine. But with the time, the dependency of the function increases. Fine. Dependency of each and every functions increases. So what this leads to? This leads to callback help. Function calling a function, calling a function, calling a function, like this. You keep on calling the function, and which leads to what pyramid of do, like this. So this way, this thing, fine. It is okay. It is good for user experience, but is it good for developers? Is it good for developers? Will you able to debug this code if I give you hundreds of callback functions, chained with each other, dependent on each other? You need a very good genius guy over here to do the debugging. How many genius guys are there? Not many. Correct, not many. So this is what the problem of this was the problem of okay left. So that was the problem of developer, that they were not able to do that. Okay. First an HTTP call we have to do, then HTTP call we have to do. Everything was manual over there. We have to do an HTTP request. Then, and for that HTTP request, write a callback. Again, after that, writing a callback, fine. To handle the response, again write a callback. To handle the error, again write a callback, and everything was manual. This is what changed fetch. This is what the fetch changed. And when the fetch came, it came with what promise? Means what? When it will take time, when the transaction between the front end and the back end will take time, that transaction period, I will tell that I'm giving you promise. What I'm giving you promise. That transaction period will take time, it will request response. So instead of not giving any error or something, I'm giving you promise. Now, promise can only happen, can be only done with two things. Either it is fulfilled or it is rejected. Only two things can happen. Either it can be fulfilled or it can be rejected. Fine. If it is fulfilled, means we are getting what? Our data, desired data we are getting. If it is rejected, means some problem, maybe from the backend side, maybe from the front end side, we don't know. But we are getting some problem over here. Now you can handle this problem. Instead of breaking any user interface or breaking any website, you can handle this problem. You can write a Moodle. Moodle means pop-up. Like this pop-up will come up now. Oh, something went wrong. Like this pop-up you can give. Oh, something went wrong. And if the data is fulfilled, guys, what will happen? You will get whatever your desired result it is. Desired result it is fine. So this thing is taking what is going to do the transaction means it is going to do that HTTP request, and it is going to come with a response. Correct? Means it is returning us a promise. When promise is fulfilled, correct? When promise is fulfilled, we are getting data over here in response. Now, the problem over here is that we understand only object, or we have the functionalities to work with object. Functionalities, we have method, all those things works on an object, not on JSON. But this fetch request is giving us an JSON data, JavaScript object notation data. Again, we need to convert the JSON into JSON format data into an object format data. Converting a data will take time or not, guys? Tell me. Converting a data will take time or not? So by that time, what we will do? Again, bad user experience. Correct, correct. A bad user experience. Fine. It will also take time. Bad user experience, it will happen. So that's where also this will also give me a promise only. Promise to convert me the code. Now, again, it can be fulfilled, it can be rejected. Correct? Fine. If it is fulfilled, we are getting the data. If it is rejected, again a try catch block we have written over here. It will come over here. As simple as that, guys. As simple as that. This is what a fetch and promises work. This is what a fetch and promise works. Fine. Now, what there is a problem with the fetch. Correct. The problem with the fetch, okay, the problem with the fetch is that I can write this fetch fetch. It will be handled with dot then method and dot catch method. If the dependency increases, what will happen? This the dot then method will start growing. Dot then, dot then, dot then, dot then, dot then. So it will again become what? Like a messy code. Fine. A messy code it will become. Again, not readable. Because so many functions will be changed. So that's where this asynchronous and awaits come into a picture to avoid that messy code. Now you see how good I have written, how cleanly I have written. We have indicated, if we have indicated that this function is what asynchronous function. So okay, JavaScript now knows that this function should run in micro task queue. those functions should run in microtasking. Why? Because of this keyword. Fine, fine, because of this keyword. Then this fetch again returns a promise, and I am with this word, I'm telling you, okay, wait. Let me finish the work. Let me finish the work. Let me see the promise. Okay, it has come with the data or not. Then it will give me a response. And wherever, guys, wherever you are getting a promise, before that you use await. That's all what you have to do. No dot then method, no dot catch method. Wherever you are thinking, okay, there is a promise, use await. Simple as that. And add whatever you will learn, fine. Majorly, you will see only on the API calls, you will find async await. Majorly, I'm telling. And converting of JSON data to an object, you will find async await. Majorly over here in your web development journey. Okay, when you learn AWS or something like that, that is totally different. Till your beginning phase, this only two will be where you are doing async await. You have to do it. There is no choice. No choice. Now, anybody still has any doubt? Anybody still has any doubt? Subhashri, no. Thank you. Okay, then. Then do one thing. Practice over here only. Fine. I don't know whether in home you will practice or not. Let me give you one question where you have to do an API call. You can use async await, you can use fetch dot then dot catch method. Whatever is suitable for you, you can use it. Fine. Let me give you one question. Will you do this or not? Tell me honestly. Then I will give you. No, you will not do Pragati. Okay, fine. Musical wise, will you do? No. Writing code by yourself feel difficult? Yes, yes. So I think you are in the wrong profession then, Prachiti. Wrong profession, that is. Okay, see this, guys. Okay. Let's go to over here on the Thunder client. Uh, Thunder client. Fine. Control V, send it. Okay. So now guys, see over here, you are actually getting, and every time you send it, you will get a different, I think, jokes. Correct. So this is your joke actually. This content is your joke. Now what you have to do, you have to click on, you have to create a button. When I click on this button, it should generate me a random joke. And this is the API for the random joke. How you will get? So you have to go to this website, freeapi.hashnode.space API. Correct? This API, you can go directly Google search it. Find freeapi.app, you can Google search it. Okay, go to interactive docs. Okay, over here, get random joke. Fine, get random joke. Click on that, get random joke, and here you is the API, guys. You can go and copy this API. Fine, copy this API and run. Check it inside your Thunder client. It is giving you output. It will give you an output. Now, using that output, what you have to do? You have to click. You have to create one button which will display a random joke on your screen. That's what you have to do. Whatever the content it is going to give you, that you have to display. Right? The content is this one. Understood? Did you understood what you have to do? Will you try, guys? Fine. Start doing it. I'll give you 10 minutes. What Musuku, what do you want from the beginning? Abhinay, sorry, Abhinay. The question. The question is simple. You have to click on a button and it should give me a random joke. Simple as that. For the random joke, I've given you the API. Over this one is your API, correct? This API, and like this, you will get a content. That content I need to show it on the screen. Simple. I hope it is done, guys. Anybody has done can send me the code on the chat. Okay, guys, let me do it for you then. Okay, let me do it for you. Okay, so I hope that you have also done like that. Okay, so over here, just in the JavaScript, we'll write new folder exercise, fetch underscore exercise, right? Fetch exercise. Right click, create a new file, index.html. Okay, fine. So what I told, what we have to do, we have to write a div element, div with a class name, class as a container, which will have a p tag to dot display or hash display jokes. Fine, display jokes. And then a button, we have a button, and this will I will write an ID and I'll tell it generate joke. Fine, easy. Okay, generate jokes. Fine. Now I will write a script tag over here. Fine. Now see how would I approach. So the first thing what I will do is the script I've written. Fine. First thing that we have to do, we have to select the element. Fine. So I'll write let content let para is equal to document dot get element by ID. Fine. Get element by ID what? Our display jokes. Fine. Display jokes. Let button document dot get element by ID generate jokes. Fine. So one button is to generate the joke, the another one is to show the joke, to add the joke in that. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do, first thing first, we do a fetch request. fetch request over here. Do a fetch request over here. It will give you a promise. Correct. It will give you a promise. We'll use await. Okay. In order to use await, what we have to do, we have to write this inside a function. Okay. So I'll write inside a let jokes is equal to function. Fine. Okay. Over here, we'll write await. And this function will be what? Becoming again asynchronous. Fine. Asynchronous. And this I will get what? Const response is equal to await fetch this thing. Fine. Now, best way console.log, you write response to check whether we are getting the response or not. And what I will do, I will write button dot add event listener. Fine. Button dot add event listener. I'll write the click property. And this time, what we should run, this jokes as a function. Okay. Okay. One thing I want to ask, do we have to call this function over here jokes? Tell me, Chris. Do we have to call this function joke over here? Means, do I have to write which one is correct? First one or second one? Which one is correct? First or second one? Which one is correct? First one, second. On the go-to meeting, I'm getting first as an answer. On the YouTube, I'm getting second as an answer. Okay, listen over here carefully. If you call this function over here, what will happen? The JavaScript will not execute from the start. The JavaScript is directly going to call this function because you have mentioned that call this function. But JavaScript don't need to call this function. Who needs to call this function? This add event listener. Whenever we are doing an event, then that time only I need to call this function, which is jokes. So this is a wrong statement over here. Fine, this is a wrong statement over here. Never ever call this function over here. Never ever call this function over here. Okay. If you want to call it, you have to write inside a callback function. This you can do. Then what will happen again? Who will call this callback function? This add event listener will call this callback function. You have to write it as a callback function. Don't try to call the function. What will happen? It will start calling it. Fine. It will start calling it. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm getting a response. Did I click on the button? No. I didn't click on the button and still I'm getting a response. Did I click on the button? No. I didn't click on the button. Still I'm getting the response. This indicates that we don't have to call this function. Now you see the difference. Refresh. Do I have anything? No. If I click on this, then only I'm getting response. Yes. This is the difference. This is the difference. We JavaScript no need to call. Add event listener needs to call that function. Correct? Whenever the event should hit, then only the function should call. At the initial state, when the function is loading, that time it should not call. And that was happening that was happening when we were written this thing. Okay, so now we can see, okay, response we are getting fine. Now, if we are getting the response correct, we'll get const data is equal to res await response.json. Correct conversion of JSON into object. So that's again it will take time. Await I have written. Very good. Fine. Again generate jokes. So I should get over here data. Fine. Refresh. Generate jokes. See here. Status code. Status code 2000 data. We are getting a data over here. Correct. And we are getting about how the value we are getting. We are getting a value as an object. Correct. Inside the data, we are getting this content. So we are getting uh, data. Inside that, one more data is there, which is this data. And then inside the data, we have what? Content. So if I write data dot content, okay, now you see we are getting what? Random jokes. Okay, again, see, different joke, see, different joke, see, different joke. Now these jokes, I need to add it inside our paragraph. What we should do? What we should do? We can write p dot text content is equal to data data dot content. Sorry, not p, para. See, Bruce Lee didn't actually kill Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was just bored of fighting, so he took a nap. Generate more jokes. See, keeps on generating. As simple as that, guys. Any doubt, guys, in this? Anyone has any doubt in this? See, very easy it is. What we have done, selection of the elements, wrote a function to do what you want to do, and then we have written an add event listener. Yes, you can do it. That also you can do it. Fine. So those who are able to do that, that's very good. Those who are not able to do that, do practice it, guys. If you understand the concept is not enough. If you practice it, then only you, I think you feel that concept, I guess. That's a good term, feel. If you don't feel it, then it's a problem. You have to mug up. Fine. So on that note, we can end the session over here. Fine. And from tomorrow, we'll start your React. Okay. Now, whatever the doubts you have, I'll clear that doubts. And those who don't have any doubts can leave the session. Thank you for your time, guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. There is no point of starting now. Okay. The what do you call the explanation will be in the middle. Fine. So I don't want to do that. I'll take React from tomorrow. Nobody will get the LMS user ID or password. What you have to do is that you have to go to LMS website. There you will get there you have to choose for the forget option, and there you have to write the email ID that you have given while registering to this particular course. No homework question. 25th is leave, guys. One more example, just a simple example. Uh, get random code, get random code. Fine. Again, see these APIs are all are actually are actually given by somebody else to us. And for them, they have written the backend. They have written the database management system and they have written the backend for them. Okay. We just has to use them to get our data, desired results. Fine. This is what we call as a front-end development part, where you will get the APIs. Now, APIs, how it is coming, yours, it is not concerned of you, right? How you're getting the APIs, that is not your concern. What data are you getting of the from out of that API and how to handle that, that is your concern. Fine. So over these APIs, for them, the backend has been written totally. Right. We have to worry about how we have to handle those data when data are coming. Fine. Suppose random code example, let's take this thing. Okay. Again, first of all, whenever you are getting an API, first of all, check that API. Go to the Thunder client, go to the Postman, wherever you want, go there and check this. Control V, send it. So as soon as I send it, as I get data, fine, you see, I'm getting a data. Inside this data, everything is there. Inside this data, I'm getting author, content, tags, fine, everything. So this content, I need to take it out. So one by one, I will, what you call one by one, I will peel off, right? You can write it in LMS, Naveen. I'm sending you one second. Ah. You spend a good piece of your life graping a baseball, fine, like this quote is there, correct? So we are getting this code. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to go to this project. Let's go to this project over here, whatever the project we were doing. Fine. Instead of that API, let's write this one. Random code. Okay, now one by one I have to. One by one. First of all, what I have written this thing. Second, what I wrote, when the button we have to click this function, it should run. Now everything is written inside this function. We have done a fetch request. This fetch request will come with a promise, which is going to be handled by this await keyword. And before this, I have told my JavaScript that, okay, wait, this is an asynchronous function. So for that, I've written async code. This is going to return me a promise. Fine. I've promise, fulfilled promise, and that I am storing it in response. Fine. That I'm storing it in response. Now, response.json means what? We are converting the JSON object data. It is giving me a JSON object data. Fine. We are converting that JSON object data into a normal object because we in order to execute everything on the code level, we need an object. We knows the method, the functionality of the object. So we need that. That's why we have to convert it. There is no choice. We converted that. Then we are getting this data. Now console.log this data and read this data. If you don't know how to read your data, trust me, guys, you will not be a good website designer. If you don't know how to read your data. That's what I'm telling you. Can you tell me like how you are getting the data over here? So this is an object. Fine, this is an object. In this object, we have one more object called data. In this object, we have one more object called data. Inside this data, we have one value that is key value that is content, and its value is what? This one. That we need to access. So this whole thing is now I'm telling this as in data. Now I'm telling this as what? As in data. This whole thing is representing to this data. If this data will open this data, inside this one more data is there. That I am written over here. Data. Inside data, again content is there. Then only I'm getting the access of this value. And then what I did, this is a paragraph, para tag, para.text content. We know DOM elements, DOM things, data dot content. Whatever the content you are getting, pass it to here. And as a result, what you will get? Quotes. You'll get what? Quotes. Random quotes. Simple as that. Understood? Gayatri, Reddy. You have to write a try catch block. I have not written a try catch block. You can write a try catch block. Why errors not handled here? Because I forget. Sorry, you can handle it. Sorry. Now I have handled it. Hmm. LMS link I've sent you. LMS link I've sent you in the go to meeting, guys. So there, what you have to do again, you can open and go for forget password. Okay. In that forget password, enter the email ID that you have given while registering to this course. So I have opened the quiz also for you guys, right? That you can check. You will get a email also for giving the quiz. Fine. So those who have given, they can ignore it, and those who have not given, they can actually show again give them. Fine. So can you go and check, guys, whether you are able to see the grades or not? Can you check and just tell me whether you are able to see the grades or not? Thank you, musical vibes. Thank you. I can't able to see my grade for your quiz. Quiz number one, if you have attended, Aaron, you can not, it's not still visible. Fine. I'll 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 check and let you know. Fine. How to access those. Aaron, can you check once now? And quiz will be available and refresh it. And quiz will be available from 9:30 actually. Aaron, please check and refresh your screen and please check. Previous quiz only, I'm showing you the grades. We have not have any new quiz start. Previous quiz only, I've restarted it. I'm just checking you for the previous quiz. Rahul, please refresh your page and check. Okay. Thank you guys then. I hope now you can see your quiz. Okay.